some folks today who talk about football strategy and write about football strategy. There is a play that's in vogue of late. It's called the Escort screen. And generally it features a halfback on one side of the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, behind the offensive tackle, and the tight end on that side. And what happens is that the tight end will actually move out, and the halfback will go out behind the tight end, kind of a flare, and the tight end serves to block for the halfback. Well, that's called an escort screen. I call it an illogical screen because, look, the tight end is an eligible receiver, right? So if the tight end is an eligible receiver, it stands to reason that if the tight end moves, guess what? The tight end is going to bring a defender or two, depending on how good the tight end is, with him, right? So, and that's what happens. So the back involved in the escort screen, yummy. The back involved in the escort screen is generally going to find that they are, looking at a potential tackler within a second or two. Okay? That's ridiculous, folks. That is absolutely ridiculous. The escort screen or single man screen was actually developed and it's actually developed by Don Coryell. Don Coryell was the NFL Hall of Fame head coach of the San Diego Chargers when Dan Fouts was throwing the ball all over the park and was one part of an unforgettable game in 1981 between the Niners and the San Diego Chargers, where I believe Fouts threw it for 500 yards, Joe Montana threw it for 450 yards, and the Chargers wound up winning that game. It was in that game the Chargers used a single-man screen. Now today they call it an escort screen, and it's done with a tight end generally. Don't do that. Use the offensive tackle, because the offensive tackle doesn't have a defender with him. Okay, the offensive tackle generally has a defensive end or linebacker over him, but the linebacker is not looking for the offensive tackle to go out for a pass. So when the offensive tackle does go out, guess what? Free blocker, right? Offensive tackle goes out. Let's say tight end goes straight up, right? Offensive tackle goes out, back goes out, quarterback goes 1, 2, 3. And on the third step figures out, hey, look, if the linebacker comes for him, all right, yes, just before he reaches the third step, just kick that out to the back with the offensive lineman, right? Or if the linebacker goes with the back, okay, and the tackle, then guess what? You have the tight end here. You can throw that quick hitter inside 4 yards. So pick up a bunch of yards that way, right? So that's a pretty, as I think about it, I'm going to draw that up. That's a pretty nifty play. I'm going to put that in my playbook. But my point is that Coryell invented that, Don Coryell. And if you have a moment, it would do you well to look at the playbooks and plays of the Chargers. It's hard to find them online. You can, but look at the game film from the 80s. Look at some of the classic games and see what they were doing. A lot of their stuff was path breaking. Rub routes before rub routes were a thing. I can go on and on and on. Don Coryell had the right idea. The only problem was that was in pass blocking. Don Coryell didn't really love short passing too much. He liked quick hitting. He did it, but it wasn't like his thing. And as a result, he got his quarterbacks killed. All right, I'm talking about Fouts. I remember there were some games where Dan Fouts took an absolute beating, an absolute beating. So, but you gotta love the San Diego Chargers, San Diego Superchargers. I'm looking for pomegranate juice now. I don't see it. Hey, everybody. San Diego Chargers. I don't see it at all. All right. So, yeah, I'll find it. There's juice there. Where is it? I'm at Kroger's Fayetteville, Georgia store. Okay. Viet juice.